Hey everyone, it's Nate. Today I'm going to show you how to get a job during the illness. Stay tuned. I'll give you all the details that you need to land a job in what has become the most challenging job market in history. Let's get it. Welcome back, everyone. My name is Nate, and I'm here to help you master your money. So guys, let's all be honest for a moment. Has 2020 not been a trip? I mean, like, we started out the year with potential World War III, and then Kobe died. And then the illness. Oh my gosh. When does it stop? I have no words. I have no more words. I should just sit here for 15 minutes and not talk, but we have stuff to get done today, but oh my gosh. Are you guys doing okay? Because I'm getting a little banana balls over here, just trying to process all of this. So just bear with me, but my goodness. Kudos to you guys that are just keeping it all together and not having many freakouts, because your boy, no, he's having a hard time. So just, yeah. Okay, so now that my delusional ranting and freaking out is out of the way, let's go over something that's very, I think, practical, relevant. Right this moment, it's important, okay? So let me just kind of go over where the U.S. is currently with the job market, how hard things are, and just like how to get a job in this market with things the way they are right now. How can you get a job? That's what we're going over today. I'm going to show you the stats, the figures, the things you need to know, little tricks to help you land an interview, land a job, and ultimately make it so that you can support yourself and your family and not have any more disruptions because of the All right, guys, so that you understand the picture of the job market right now, I'm going to put things plainly for you, make it simple, and just show you just how much of a mess that we're currently in, because there's a lot going on. I'm going to explain it the best that I can. I'm not an expert in all this. I'm not an economist. I'm not a statistician. I'm just a guy with some hands that I like to move them around. That's all I am. So let me just talk at you for a minute about this. So I want to hit you guys with some hard facts as the numbers as to where the job market is right now, just so you can understand what you are up against and how you can best prepare yourself to try and land a job in this economy. So firstly, the current number of people that are unemployed right now is about 30 million people. That is 20% of working U.S. adults that are currently unemployed. Is 20% of the workforce, which is absolutely staggering. Typically, this number sits at around 3.5 to 4%, somewhere in there, but it is at 20% as of the end of July. So with this number, with this 30 million people that are searching for work right now, but these 30 million people that are searching for work, out of those, there's 5.89 million open jobs. 30 million people looking for work, about 6 million jobs. So you can see there's a little bit of a gap in between there. So there is 5 people out there looking for work for every 1 open job position that there is. Like, I'm not even talking about like in their field qualified for, I'm just talking in general. There is 5 people out there searching for a position for every 1 that's open. Right now, that is scary and crazy. And so if you get a job, if you're in something right now, do not go anywhere. If you only watch a few minutes into this video, if this is the only thing that you heard me say and do and apply, don't go anywhere. If you're at a company right now, you have a job, you can pay the bills, don't mess it up. Don't go anywhere. Do your job well. Thank your bosses very much for not firing you in the plague. Do that, please, for me. Anyway, so with this considered, there's a massive task before you. If you're one of those 30 million people that's searching for a job right now, and I commend you for not just like totally giving up, because man, it is hard out there, and the numbers don't lie. They don't. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you every professional tip that I have to try and improve your odds of getting a job. Now, statistically, not everyone's going to get one, and hard times will come for some, but for those that truly stick it out, they apply themselves, and they do their very best and do not give up, there's a very good chance you're going to find some good employment soon. I'm hoping for that at least. Okay, so on your search to find a job, these are some things you're going to want to consider and do to improve your odds of getting an offer to work someplace. So the first thing that is most important in any job search is to fix your resume, man. Like, peanut butter and jelly sandwich architect does not fly on resumes anymore. Any funny things like that, any not specific items, those need to go. I'm using that as a reference, a silly one, of course, but like, for real, guys, don't put your middle school GPA on there. I'm sorry, but no one cares, really. I mean, aside from a college degree and having a GPA for that, what employers truly are looking for is your ability to do a job and do a job well. So when you're writing your resume, instead of just listing the duties that you had for a position, write what you accomplished in those positions. So yes, you may have been a customer service person, but write in there how you saved the company money through what you did, or how you improved functions in your workspace and with the people that you work with through improvements and suggestions that you made and executed. Stuff like this. Make it actionable. Show your future potential employer that you're a problem solver. In reality, every single business, from your niece's lemonade stand to $2 trillion giant mammoth companies like Apple, Amazon, and Google, they're problem solvers. Every single one is a problem solver. So if you can show that you are adaptable and that you can problem solve well, that'll help you out no matter what position you're applying for. But if you can show them you add value to where you're at and that you can solve problems, that's a winning combination, really, for any position. And so while you're building your resume, it really helps to have other people look at it too, to proofread things, make sure it makes sense, make sure things look right. Make sure there's no typos, guys. Typos are easy to fix. Run it through a spell check, like, for some things, and just go through it carefully. You don't want to not get a job because you didn't spell check something. That'd be kind of silly, right? So definitely spell check everything. Make sure everything makes sense. Make sure it's right and accurate. And just make sure that you take the proper time that this warrants to make sure it's as good as it possibly can be with the experience and skills that you have. Okay, so now that you have fixed your resume, this is what you're going to want to do next, and this is going to be to network. I know that just about everyone out there, whether you're an introvert or an extrovert, everyone hears networking and something inside of them just cringes, like, ooh, that's forced personal engagement. I don't care for that. I really don't care for that. But it's really vital to helping you find a position, because certain things, certain roles, I mean, a lot of times, this isn't every single situation, but a lot of times people get into positions just because they know someone at the company, they have a friend there, relative, whatever. I know nepotism is something that's argued against, but if you have this going on for you, it can help you out greatly in this application. So one great tool that you can use to actually reach out to people within an organization that you want to work for if they have an open position is going to be to use LinkedIn. Using LinkedIn is a professional social media website, and so you can go there and you can search by company and you can find people that work there, because it'll be in their profile, and you can go ahead and reach out to them and talk to them and start just building that rapport there, so that you can go ahead and ask, hey, are there any open positions at this company? You guys sound like you have a great thing going here, and I would love to be a part of it. Having something like that, more or less, that will help you out greatly, because you have a man or woman on the inside that can advocate for you potentially. So with networking, you're also going to want to be a little bit creative with what you're doing. And so if you find a company that you want to work for and you see they're posting online and you see, like 100 people applied to it, that may be a good indication that they're kind of getting flooded with resumes, and that a resume like yours may not stand out because it's just another piece of paper in their pile. If that's the case, or just in general, I would go ahead and do this. Find the email of the head of the department that you want to be a part of. So if it's marketing or advertising or accounting or HR, whatever it is, Go online, search the company website, use a company directory, find that person, and email them directly saying, hey, I saw this posting online for this position. I think my skills and qualifications and education would absolutely fit perfectly with this role, and I'd love to talk about that soon. You just put that simply, you can take that word for word from me. I've used that personally. It has been super helpful. Use that. Put your resume at the bottom after you have adjusted it and made sure it fits that position's description very closely. Once you have that, send it to them, and then also send it to the HR director too, because the HR director may be handling the hiring for that role. You never know. But do these things, it will help you out greatly. It will set you apart and show them, oh, he's taking initiative to not only go through this avenue here, but he's making sure that his quality is being communicated to us in a way that we'll see. That will help you out. That will help you get interviews. And I've gotten several interviews by just doing that. So in addition to applying on LinkedIn, ZipRecruiter, or Indeed, also send emails directly to the hiring managers, to the HR managers, or department manager, whoever it is you need to get in contact with. Do that, and that will open that dialogue so that you can go ahead and communicate with them, show them your value, and hopefully get a job. That is the goal here. Okay, so once you've done your networking stuff, this is what you're gonna wanna do next. With every resume you send out, you want to include a cover letter. I know people think they're antiquated, people think they're a headache. They can be a bit of a headache, but you can follow a template that's gonna help you out. Really, this is just showing people and telling them who you are, what you do, what you're about, and describing things and telling them things that don't readily appear on your resume. Make yourself, in that cover letter, seem like the absolute perfect person for whatever role that is you're applying to. And you can go ahead and take cues from the job description, like detail-oriented or knows how to use Excel or PowerPoint, whatever it is. Take that and mold that into your cover letter, showing them, I love doing this and I'm great with this and I think my skills would greatly align with what this is here because of this. Make it very obvious to the hiring manager, again, HR, whoever it is, that you are the right person for the job. Doing this was going to greatly help you out as well. Also, because of how the market is right now, with there being 5 applicants for every 1 job out there, you definitely want to make yourself set apart as much as possible. I know that putting together a cover letter can be a headache, but odds are if some guy in that group of applicants has a cover letter, but none of the rest of you do, they're probably gonna look at this guy first, just because he has most of his stuff together, he seems most prepared. That makes sense to me at least, and that's probably gonna make sense to other hiring managers as well. So like I mentioned, there's a lot of people out there looking for jobs right now, and so one thing that needs to happen is you need to stop being so picky with the job. I know that 6 months ago, 7 months ago, you could be as picky as you possibly wanted, finding the exact perfect position for you, and every little detail was scrutinized heavily. And that is not the case anymore. That is not the case anymore, and I think everyone needs to be a little less picky with the jobs that they're searching for. And so what I'm also saying is that if you find a job that you don't necessarily qualify for 100%, apply for it anyways. Say they're looking for 5 years of experience, and you have 3, well, you know what? That's still pretty good. That's not ideal, but try your hand at it. Just throw your hat in the ring, try out, see what you can do. Worst case scenario, where the worst thing that could possibly happen is they say no. Actually, the worst thing that could happen is they totally ghost you and never talk to you again. That happens a lot. Go figure. Anyways, but don't be afraid to apply to jobs you don't necessarily qualify for, and relax your qualifications personally for the place you're going into, because honestly, if you get an offer in this market, that's a miracle. Take it, count your blessing, take it, work that job, do incredible at it, but don't be so picky right now in this season. Okay, so you've gone through all these steps. If you have built your resume, if you have networked, if you have searched and applied for every single job out there and built a purpose-built cover letter for every single one, and you get an interview, that is huge. The fact that you got an interview, that's massive, okay? That is absolutely huge. Congratulate yourself. You did great. We're not done yet, but getting an interview is half the battle. Once you have an interview, you're going to want to do something very specific. You're going to want to study the company every little which way you can to learn it, to know it. to eat, sleep, and breathe it so that you know what kind of questions they're going to ask, you know what's expected of you, you know what the role is going to be and how other things are going to apply to it. You're also going to want to thoroughly research the industry that you're going to be in and the position itself if it's a new one, and how to best prepare for that, the questions they may ask in an interview, things of that nature. So that was the prep work for the interview, but once you're actually in the interview, this is what you're going to want to do. You are going to want to take every single opportunity that you can with every question they ask to point it back to the ways you're great at stuff. So if they ask you a question, have you worked with XYZ software before? And even if the answer is no, even if you have not, you'll just say is this. You'll say, no, I have not worked with XYZ software before, but I've worked with ABC software before, and it's very, very similar to the way that XYZ software functions, and I am a proficient user of ABC software, and I do very good at this, and I can do this function and that function, and I'm pretty efficient at running reports and doing this. And so the fact that you have all this put together, showing them that I don't have this skill set, but this is very close to it, and I can easily adapt that to this situation, and just continuing to show them that every question they have, your value, your skill set, it will greatly set you apart from the other applicants and will give you a better chance of landing the position. Also, pro tip, people don't do this. I don't know why they don't do this, but every single interview you go to, bring a copy of your resume with you for each person that's interviewing you. Bring like 5 or 6 resumes, honestly, because sometimes they'll have like a bunch of people in one room interview you depending on the position. The most that I have had has been 4, but that was a rare circumstance. But anyways, I'd recommend at least like 5 or 6 resumes. Bring it with you, have it in a little folder just in case. And so this is again a critical step in the interview process. Once your interview is over, what you're going to want to do in a few hours after the interview is you're going to want to send a follow-up interview to each person that interviewed you. If you can find their email addresses, it's usually pretty simple to find email addresses within a corporate environment because the format of those usually is pretty similar across all people. So if you know their names, each one of them, you can figure it out from there. So if it's like Barbara Smith at company.com, that's like the format. It would go bsmith at company.com. You can go ahead and find that out for each person that you were interviewing with and send them emails saying, thank you so much for your time today. I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to come and speak with you. I hope that we can talk soon about next steps. It is important in this instant to put the next steps thing in there that indicates you are interested in moving forward to get an offer or to get another interview. This is important to let them know you're interested and that you want the position, and the fact that you send an email following up on the interview within a few hours of the interview itself, it's showing that you really truly are interested, that you want to be there, and it will keep you fresh in their minds for a little bit longer, maybe while they're making their decisions or talking to other people. You'll still be there even after you've left the building, in their minds at least. Okay, so now moving on to the final step here, and that is going to be to not give up. Don't give up. I know that there are so many variables currently working against each and every one of you watching this video. If you're looking for a job, and statistically 1 in 5 of you are looking for a job, and that's a hard place to be, especially with things the way they are right now. It's a lot, but don't give up. There is hope. There is jobs out there. You will definitely get it. If you take every bit of resource at your disposal, you make your resume great, you network, you reach out to everyone that you can, whatever companies you can, wherever you want to be at, and then go kill the interview and follow up. If you follow through all these steps, it is going to help you out tremendously in being able to get a job offer. So, story time with me. I was one of the unfortunate casualties of the illness. I lost my job back in April due to COVID, and I have been searching for a new role for 4 months now. And it's been a big point of embarrassment for me and shame. And the role that I came into, I had just gotten there. I'd only been there for a few months, and I really enjoyed it. I truly did. But the illness had other plans, and I was one of the ones to get laid off. And that stinks. It does. But I learned a lot of lessons along the way with applying for new jobs, with searching for my next position. And I sent out, over the course of 4 months, I sent out 2,000 job applications. I got 13 interviews from those 2,000 applications. And of those 13 interviews, I got an offer. I got an offer, guys. It has been so crazy long. I finally got an offer, and I start this Monday. I am so excited. But guys, it has been a journey, and I can't tell you how many times I just wanted to just give up, say, you know what, I'm just gonna go live under a rock, and that'll be it. That's the end of my thing, and that's that. Just because it's so disheartening to go through so many applications, so many phone calls, so many rejection letters. Like my inbox is full of rejection letters, a mile long of thousands of rejection letters. But that's the thing, guys. You just need one offer. That's all you need. You just need one. And so if you keep at it, I guarantee you, if you can get it, you will find it. You will find the right place for you. And one day we'll look back at all this, and we may not laugh, but we'll just recognize it was hard, it was terrible, it was challenging every bit of thing in me to keep on going with this. But I got it figured out. I got myself a job, and it's great now. So I would encourage you, no matter how many times you've failed and how many rejections you've got, keep going, keep going. Things won't get better if you don't do something. Simple as that. So I know that this has been a bit of a harder video, not as fun and educational, maybe as other ones that I have been. But let me tell you, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. You will get there. You can do it. I believe in you guys, and I am proud of you already for the things that you're accomplishing. This has been Nate Buck, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye. Scott, sit. Scott, come here.